Steve Blair with TeaTime Productions here with another cubing review for you. In fact, I believe I've only done one other cubing review besides this one, but nevertheless, I have another cubing review for you. This review is going to be about the Rubiks Faster Action 3x3 Cube. You may be wondering, why is it worth it reviewing a regular old Rubik's Cube, you may ask? Well, because Rubiks, that's why. Without further ado, let's get this review on the road. Alright, well, right away, it's worth pointing out that this is indeed a new design for the Rubik's Cube. I'm not just doing a twist on a review for a normal Rubik's Cube, the old ones that we all grew up with. I noticed this in the store. It said it was a new design, faster action, says so on the package. So I thought, you know, I'll buy it. It's not very expensive. It was $8, 8 and some change. So I picked it up, and I noticed a few things right off the bat that are different from the old one. See here, this is the old one. We'll get to that in a minute. Right off the bat, I noticed it's actually stickerless, which is great. So people who would, you know, laugh and say, "Oh, I peeled the stickers off this, that's how I solved it," which we all know that it's impossible just to peel the stickers off and then put them back on as if nothing happened. If you peel off the stickers and manage to not leave any residue, you're going to have to put new stickers on to make it look pristine again. So that keeps people from cheating in that respect, I guess. But not only that, it actually looks a little bit more shiny. The shades are really pleasing to the eye. It is actually good visually in that respect. It does catch your eye. It's really good, and I actually think I like the new logo. Or in the old one, I don't know. I mean, you be the judge. Which logo do you think is better here? Okay, here's the new one, here's the old one. There you go. Which logo do you like more? Personally, the old one, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm so used to it. I prefer the new one right now. But then again, it could be coupled with the shinier exterior from the stickerlessness of it. But, you know, it's not all about looks. I mean, it also came with a nice display stand. And that's probably how it'll end up for me most of the time, because, I mean, I have speed cubes, so why would I use this? But, still, nevertheless, so far, seems like a pretty good cube. So, getting into functionality now. Right off the bat, turning it, we can tell it's much, much louder than the old Rubik's Cube, which, I mean, wasn't quiet, but it was a lot smoother and quieter sounding, I believe, than this one. I mean, listen to how rough that sounds, and it actually feels as rough as it sounds in terms of how much the pieces will catch. Like, it's not like catching to the point where it'll stop you most of the time. Like you see when you have a little difference like that, that's what causes those noises. The little imperfections in the side of the pieces will cause that grinding noise, and it really doesn't do anything to the performance of the cube. It makes it feel a little less smooth than the old one, which is a mark against the new one. But I will give them this much, that turning it, I am actually able to do algorithms and turns actually faster than on this one. This one actually will catch a lot easier and prevent me from turning a lot easier than this one. That being said, the tensions are actually looser on this cube than on that one. You can see that by me pulling that apart versus that one's noticeable difference. I'm actually able to carry out algorithms a lot faster on this one, most of the time anyway, like I just explained. Not a good example right now, but, you know, you get the idea. So, it's louder, feels more scratchy, but you can solve faster on this one than the old one. So we'll give them that. Okay. More specifics on corner cutting. Corner cutting is probably, you know, about a third of a piece at most. It's still not great, but it's better than the old Rubik's Cube, which had no corner cutting whatsoever. I mean, reverse corner cutting, maybe an eighth of a piece. I mean, it's there, but barely. Maybe a sixth of a piece, I'll be generous. So again, with the looser tensions, there is a little bit of corner cutting allowed, but I think that came with the sacrifice of the smooth feel of the old cube. I think that's actually where you get this scratchy feel, is how loose these pieces are sitting in here. They're kind of wobbling around, because any cuber who knows anything about cubing knows This has no lube in it, and you can tell as soon as you touch it and you turn it. You're like, this thing absolutely is dry as Death Valley. And I don't expect Rubiks to actually add lube into their cubes at all. I mean, you could probably stick, you know, a needle down in there with your lube and lube it up a bit. It might be a little bit faster. But I don't know how much good it would do, because you can't really take this thing apart, at least not as easily as speed cubes. There's no center caps to adjust your tension, so you can't open those up. But I think despite the noise, it does, at least in terms of speed, function better than the old one, however deafening it can be. Continuing on its noise and its unstable feel, all the vibration you'll get from it while you're solving, doing fast turns, will make it feel like not only is it unstable, but you'll feel like the cube's gonna fall apart with every turn, but it really won't. I've done probably about 30 solves on this thing in the past 24 hours, just trying to break it in to see if it would improve a little bit, and it did. It did improve a little bit with being broken in. But I'm just letting you know, if you do get this, if you're a beginner cuber, it's not gonna pop on you. You're not in any real danger of a pop when you're solving it quickly, but again, it'll feel a little unstable. It won't be like your old Rubik's Cube you may have sitting around the house where it's really smooth, it feels sturdy, but you know, again, there's like no way you're gonna do anything quickly on it. You have to be really precise. So if you know any finger tricks, which I'm sure most of you do, finger tricks are possible on this one, unlike on the old one. At least more easily so. But because of how much it'll catch and keep going, you know, that choppy feel to it when you turn, finger tricks will often cause you to either overturn or underturn a lot, except for basic finger tricks like that one. If you're going to do more advanced finger tricks, you know, involving up and down movements like, you know, R or L' or whatever, then again, more likely you'll overturn or underturn, and so lockups may happen more frequently. Just if you're going to use this cube for speed solving, just pace yourself. Don't try to go faster than what your ability is, because again, this thing doesn't have very good corner cutting, so it'll be locking up constantly on you. Just try to pace yourself, and it should be a decent cube for your early speed solving. Well, overall, my opinion of this cube is it's alright. It's not great, but it's good. Maybe if you're a beginner cuber, you know, who's just getting into it, and you want something that's a little bit faster than your old Rubik's Cube that you've had since 1995, then this is probably going to be a cube for you. There are some improvements over the old design, like I said before. That being said, this is probably Rubik's attempt to kind of compete with the name brand speed cubes out there, like, for example, hold on, Moyu. Now, I know that seems like an unfair comparison, comparing a cube like the Moyu Oolong, one of the best speed cube 3x3s in the entire world, to a Rubiks, but that's exactly the point I'm trying to make here. For someone who's an experienced cuber like me, well, at least a fairly experienced cuber, why would I spring to get this cube, I see the irony there, believe me, when I could, for only a few dollars more, get something like this? Well, now if you're a beginner cuber, you may be thinking, then why should I go to the store and buy this if for a few dollars more I could get this? Well, first of all, if you're just getting into it, you don't know how much you're going to like it down the road, so save a few dollars, you know, going on the internet and waiting for the delivery and all that. Just get this, see how you like it, then move on to this. And also, with a Moyu Oolong V1 or V2, this being the V1, the tensions are going to be very, very low. It's going to be very, very lubed, and for an inexperienced cuber, it's going to be very, very hard for you to control a cube like this, especially if you don't know how to modify it yet, which, if you're a beginner cuber, I'm assuming you don't know how to modify a cube. So this, again, wait until you're a little bit more experienced. Maybe get to a Diane Zanchi or a Diane Gohong as your first speed cube, then move on to something like this. But for someone who's just, you know, curious about cubing or just getting into it, just go to your local Walmart or whatever, get their new fast reaction Rubik's Cube. It's alright, it's going to be a little bit loud, but overall a good buy. Alright, well, that's just about going to do it for this review. This has been Steve Blair with TeaTime Productions, and I'll see you in my next video.
This tea fire though, can I have another cup? This tea fire.